So let's revisit the Nintendo 3DS. The 3DS has been around since 2011, and it's the 12th highest selling gaming console of all time. And since then, there's been many different variations of the Nintendo 3DS. You have the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the new Nintendo 3DS, the new Nintendo 3DS XL, the 2DS, and the 2DS XL. So there's 6 different variants. The 3DS has a huge library of 3DS games, but it can also play the old Nintendo DS games. There's currently 1,402 games in the 3DS library, and that counts both physical and digital copies. On the DS side, there was a total of 1,791 physical copies that were released in North America. So in total, that makes 3,193 games available to be played on this device. But for those of you who don't know, on March 27th, Nintendo will be closing down the eShop for good. So a lot of these games won't be able to be played ever again unless Nintendo releases them for the Switch. And as of August 29th, 2022, you can't add funds on a 3DS system. If you want to add funds to buy games on the 3DS, you have to either do it through Nintendo.com or on the Switch. I'll leave a link in the description down below for instructions. With 3,193 games available to be played on the 3DS, you'll definitely find something that you want to play or revisit. You have games like Mario 64 DS, which I believe is the best version of that game. I don't understand why Nintendo didn't include that in Mario 3D All-Stars, but if you haven't played it, you're really missing out, so I highly recommend you get that game. But you also have Smash Bros for the 3DS, and you have a huge selection of Pokemon games. But there's so many games in this library, you just have to go ahead and do your research, and then once you find what you like, go ahead and buy it. But just keep in mind, there are games that are digital download only, so once these games are gone, you won't be able to get them back. The good thing about the digital copies is that usually they're more cheaper than the physical copies, but once the eShop closes, you can expect the physical copies of these games to go up in price. One of my favorite features of the 3DS was Street Pass. If you don't know what Street Pass is, basically you would turn on your 3DS, close it so it's in standby mode, and whenever you would go out and pass someone who's carrying their 3DS on them, you would exchange me data and game data with the other person. So basically Nintendo gave you a reason to carry around your 3DS. Also, after March 27th, when the eShop closes, don't be surprised to see a jump in prices on the 3DS consoles. There will be some people who would download the digital copies of these games and resell the 3DS at a higher price, knowing that there's no way for you to go ahead and get these games back. So if you have a 3DS, hold on to it, and if you know someone who has one lying around somewhere, buy it from them for a cheaper price. But other than that, go on Facebook Marketplace to see what you can get. Now, some of you are saying that the Switch Lite replaces the 3DS and it's the better system and has better games. Now, that might be true in some cases, but there's still games on the 3DS system that aren't on the Switch. And even though the Switch Lite is a portable system, it's still bigger compared to the 3DS. The 3DS is still the more pocketable and portable system between the two. So if you want to be more discreet about gaming in public, the 3DS is the way to go. Now, there are people who want to get back into gaming but don't want to spend $200+ on a gaming system and then pay $60 for a game. So I believe the 3DS is for those people. So you can definitely find a 3DS system in good condition for less than $200. You can check on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and the games are definitely less than $60. So the 3DS is definitely more cost effective when it comes to gaming. But recently, I've seen this thing called the Analog Pocket, which can play the old Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games. And that device can play 2,780 games, but it costs $418. Now, in my opinion, that's just way too much money to be spending on a small portable gaming device. And in my opinion, the design for gameplay on the Analog Pocket isn't better than the 3DS. The 3DS is wide and it feels comfortable while playing it. The joystick feels nice, the buttons are the right size, and having dual screens for gameplay makes the gaming experience much more fun. Now, the model that I'm showing off right here is the new 3DS XL, and when I compare the bottom half to the SF30 Pro controller, you can see it's bigger than that controller. So gaming on here is going to feel comfortable. But with all that being said, I totally understand that the Switch is the more powerful system with the better features and the better games. But just because the 3DS is an old system, that doesn't make it a bad system. And playing old games can be just as enjoyable as playing the new games, so don't sleep on the 3DS just yet. I really like mine a lot, and I plan on keeping this thing for a good while. And for 2023, I still believe it's a great gaming system for anyone to get. That concludes this video. If you guys have a favorite game from the 3DS library, leave a comment down below. I'll probably check it out before the end date comes, because maybe I want to go ahead and get it too. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.